And hopefully this just means we kill the boss in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that is so dumb. Yeah. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our little TDP series where we are looking at the characters that me and Finn are considering for our potential mains. And one of those choices for me, of course, was the Unholy DK, which has received dramatic amounts of changes. Finn, you are going to be bringing us what, sir?
Some Ret Paladin.
Ret Paladin. So you are going full melee.
Trying.
Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, trying. I think that's the plan.
Where is this guy going?
I have no idea what he's up to. No way you can pick up the
What's
spear
happening
before
here?
you put the key in. There's no way.
I'm shocked and stunned. He's smiling. I just don't trust him.
Wait, he's picked up the spear. Don't tell me you can pick
There's
up the
no
spear.
way you can get the spear in normal.
Nah.
That
That would be silly.
Way. That would be beta. And now it's cycloned. Oh my God. and now boss has cycloned it and hodged it. We're doing everything.
Yep, just mad CC.
Yeah, entirely mad CC. Now, I'm going to show you Unholy DK. Several changes here we should go over before it's happened. Is Unholy Blight has been changed, so it applies all your diseases now. Very nice. Basically, they've been trying to remove, or reduce, I should say, the GCD problems that Unholy has been suffering from. They had so many cooldowns that getting the GCDs working was a pain in the ass. And they've also once again changed Unholy Frenzy to Unholy Strike to now being Unholy Assault. They keep swapping it around. So now it's all one ability that actually gives Festering Wound charges, which is going to allow us to instantly go into bigger and stronger attacks. Should be good, hopefully. And advantage me here, I'm playing Kyrian, and what that means is that I have a significant bonus in here. And we are already pulling huge. Ander is not ready for... Oh my God, it's... Like, what's happening? Why is this man cycloned? Potter! Why are you cycloning? What do you get out of this? Why?
No.
Why would he do this to us, Finn?
The incapacitate is hard to deal with. When you pop wings and you're instantly incapacitated. Oh no.
He's just changed side of the thing. If my DPS don't interrupt, I clone.
It's the only way they learn.
I'm on cooldown, hater. I was on cooldown. It was not my fault. That is one way of trolling pretty hardcore, actually.
That
It's
is,
like,
yeah.
You're not going to interrupt it. I'm cloning it.
Yeah.
I'm going to clone it. I'm going to clone it. I love having a teaching tool. God, that's dark.
Oh, that is dark. Jeez.
That is really dark. I'm grabbing the spear. Okay, so I am Kyrian in here, Finn. As are you.
Yes.
Deal that I get to do this first, yes?
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Okay, so I'm going to be able to unleash my awesomeness upon this pack. Which means as a Kyrian, what we could do is set up a bit of a scam here for the first boss, which is going to involve picking up Prideful, which is going to give us a 30% damage buff. This Spear, which does huge amounts of boss damage. And turning on our Golem friend over here.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I need to time this right, actually. I need to time this right. Let me move over here so I don't stun everybody. Yeah,
No.
Okay. Ander is moving it over. Cool. I do need to time this right. I'm more concerned with my resources than actually killing the Prideful. I should probably do both. I'm not turning my pet on yet. Oh, I nearly stunned Ander. There we go. Right, now we get our Kyrian friend to come, our little steward. And I'm going to ask him to repair the Goliath. So we got the Prideful buff. And now I'm going to pick up all these orbs, which is going to give me an immense damage buff. And he's going to pull the boss. And I'm going to throw the spear. And I'm going to go in, pop all cooldowns. And go to town. And hopefully this just means we kill the boss in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that is So dumb. Yeah. Oh. Don't worry, it's not going to be a massive difference. You won't need
It's not going to be relevant. Oh,
Nah.
I thought I crashed. It's not going to be a big deal. Don't worry about it.
Not going to be a big deal at all.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh my god.
Just choose what you want.
Yeah, pick whatever you like. Pick for transmog.
Pick whatever you
Fine.
like. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Finn can do same on second boss if we set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can get Finn to do it on the second boss, because there's going to be another Goliath later down the line. So we could do a very similar process. 1 minute break so I can summon my pet. Oh, sad. Big sad. Coming back into it then. Why Unholy? Honestly, this spec is so fun. I mained an Unholy DK back in Kata, or mained a Death Knight, I should say, because obviously as a raider, I do tend to play whichever does more, and Frost was doing more then, but Unholy was my passion. I love the idea of it. I think it's possibly, Finn, one of the most thematically accurate. Oh, like Demonology is so thematically accurate.
Yeah.
It's what I think it should be.
I was actually going to use Demonology as an example. I think it is very similar to Demonology in that it's not universally useful, but like the thematics behind it are so good that, yeah, I totally agree. I think it's an awesome spec to play if you enjoy that sort of theme. Yeah. But there was a GCD problem, right?
It was a problem, yeah. Unfortunately, it was absolutely a problem, is that it just took so many GCDs to get the spec functioning, like, to get going. It wasn't fun, like, at all, to be sat there. And I think someone, I think it was a member of Limit or someone like that, who just said, look, this is like 12 GCDs before I can get started with actually doing damage. And it's just not fun, you know? It's not fun. And then the problem you also ran into, in a very real way, is that... let me res you, dude.
That's alright, I just released it, it's fine.
Okay.
Do not worry, don't waste a res.
Yeah, the problem you ran into in a very, very real way was that... outside of those cooldowns, the spec didn't seem to, like, flow.
Yeah.
Because it was so, like, heavy on that cooldown window that you were just so reliant on it for so long.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, yeah, and they've tried to do some stuff. Let me AMZ on top of here, so you can help Ander a bit. This is a lot of damage. This is a hell of a lot of damage. I've already used my cooldown. I think, God, which one's more deadly here? Both of them, right?
Yeah, they're both pretty rough. Oh no!
Spread.
Oh
I had a
no!
Hellstone.
Okay, I might need it. Okay, I can get res after this.
Oh, did you ninja pull?
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, don't die on there. Don't get stunned. Oh, spicy.
Oh, I can't kill these. That feels real bad.
I'm in combat. Can I eat? There we go. Jax stunned the tank. Jax! You stunned the tank. That was a... What are you doing?
I almost killed those three by myself, by the way. Just I ninja pulled them and then I almost killed them. I was just having fun. Oh,
nice
no.
buff, boys.
Okay. Yeah,
You got
excellent.
pull more, right?
Excellent buff. Go on, Go on.
Yeah, it's part to get... Yeah.
Hells yeah.
Nice buff. Nice buff. I'll get first on unmiked.
Yeah, I'll get second on Skull. I'm assuming Ando's going to take first.
I would guess so. But now they've reduced the GCD a lot. It feels much smoother to play. I would say it still does suffer from that problem. There's like outside of the cooldowns, outside of getting all your minions, because that's where the fun is, right? You're spawning the army of the dead, you're getting them involved. Outside of that, it still feels a little lackluster, but it quickly comes back to the cooldown phase. Like they're on such short coolies that it's actually not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. I think it's a really fun spec to play. But yeah, I had an issue with the GCD when we initially tested it, so if that's kind of resolved now, then yeah, obviously a really good fun spec.
I don't particularly find it a problem.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't particularly find it a problem. I think it's works really well. You make sure you get spear coming up, dude. This
Yeah,
is some
right.
MDI pathing we're doing here. Oh, we pulled it anyway. Jax! Why, Jax? Why? We blame the Warlock. It's always the Warlock. Blame the Warlock. We got this, Finn. Me and you will deal with it.
Yeah, we got it. We got
I'm
it.
going to use the hammer here to clear one of these out. You're banned from keys! I'm stopping that fear, for sure.
Oh,
I'm stunned.
bloody Jax isn't even aiming the thing out. He's having a nightmare.
He's having a bad day, he is, you know.
Having a real bad
You hate
day.
to see it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It does happen. It's a sad state of affairs, unfortunately, guys.
Yeah, I mean, some people say that beta's like a good time to trial people new to your guild, so...
He's going to be so salty if he watches this. It's like, you walked into it. No, we didn't.
Nope.
That was you.
I never walk into mechanics, they land on me.
That's facts. That's hot facts.
Yeah.
What is it about the Ret Paladin, Finn? We've got halfway through the dungeon. We haven't even really talked about it. Why is it probably a safer bet, knowing what we know about the upcoming raid?
There's definitely that. So, I mean, I don't think it's changed a huge amount. It still feels relatively similar to play. There's a couple of new talents recently. Final Reckoning and Execution Sentence. Final Reckoning's like a really nice sort of chunky AoE burst, but it also has a cool passive attached to it that causes, like, it debuffs enemies and they sometimes just take additional damage from you. So it's kind of nice to use. Generally, I think Ret Paladin just feels really clean to play right now. There's very few gaps in the rotation. There's a lot of, like, your builders and your spenders have really good interactions with each other.
What's this?
What was that? That was weird.
That's new.
So yeah, I think like there's just a lot of good stuff about this spec. It being more useful in the raid is pretty much because of the bleeds that are in the new raid.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's so many of them, and that's why Kyrian's like potentially so good as well. But like bops are really good in the new raid. Immunities are probably going to be really good as well. There's a couple of fights where freedom is really useful. So yeah, I think like for a melee spot, it might be one of the ones that you bring along just because it brings a ton of utility with it, and it's not just reliant on doing good damage, you know. So
no, I agree.
So yeah, there's definitely that. That's what's drawn me into it. But I think there's just a lot of really cool interactions in the spec right now. I think it's super enjoyable to play, even if it's a little simple. It's really fun. I'm really enjoying it.
It is. One thing I do like about it is that it's, strangely enough, and this has been common for a lot of the specs actually in Shadowlands, which I think has been a really good thing that I think Blizzard is aimed at doing, is that even in starter gear, they play fine.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal because you can often run into the scenario where they just don't. You know, like it takes like a tier before the haste levels feel even worth playing with. You know, your spec feels like shit.
Yeah.
But with Ret, I haven't felt that at all. Like there's been such rare occasions I haven't had something to do because they have so many buttons to press and they're all of differing priority. Like Crusader Strike is, you know, like near the bottom.
Yeah.
So you can tend to like just have them sat there when you've finished doing your final reckonings and your Wake of Ashes and all that kind of stuff, and obviously utilizing the spenders with holy power. That then you come back down to like, okay, I'm kind of out of this go mode, but I've still got things, Crusader Strike and Judgments and all those kind of things. The Ninja Pull was because of UI scaling.
Ah, of course it was.
Yeah, sure, pal.
Yeah, same.
Same. yeah, same, bro.
Yeah, same. Yeah, cool story, bro. Yeah, I think there's definitely some cool interactions in the Paladin's kit right now. There's a ton of like additional talents as well. Like I'm playing a talent build right now that I'm pretty sure is not optimal. It's just kind of fun on AoE, and I know this dungeon has like some AoE packs, so I just wanted to blast them. But yeah, there's tons of things. Like the Execution Sentence feels like a big sort of single target burst CD. You got Final Reckoning feels like AoE. Different versions of your wings and like Crusade and stuff. So yeah, there's tons of variety in the spec. There'll obviously be a best way to play it because there always is, right? But it definitely feels like at the moment you can just sort of go in a dungeon and spec for AoE and mess around like I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I love that. This is so cool. I love that we all locked down the Corpse Collector without talking about it, without planning it or anything. That gives me like a gamer boner, honestly. You know, shit like that. It's like everybody knows what to do, and there's no need to talk about it or anything. But that guy is actually super dangerous. Not on this key, but it's good practice to lock down that Corpse guy because he's super dangerous.
Don't worry, guys. You can't get stunned by this. It's broken.
That's terrorism.
Don't worry, you can't get stunned.
Oh god.
It's broken on the floor. See, there you go.
The room is still bugged, by the way, so none of these are actually going to work.
None of the Y-axis mechanics work in this room, and they haven't since it was launched, basically.
I wonder what the problem is.
I don't know. It mustn't be a solid floor. That's
there's something wrong with it, and I don't know what's wrong with it, but nothing, like anything that shoots... Pets don't work in here, by the way, so my damage might actually be trucked to the floor, because the pets can't attack anything. Yeah,
it's like Demo's imps don't even spawn. Like, that sort of stuff is so strange.
Yeah, it's a really unusual scenario. And this is going to carry on until the last boss as well, by the way. Pets don't work. It's just a bit of a shit show in here, unfortunately. If I could... borrow from Mr. Taliesin there, it is indeed a shit show, which is unfortunate.
Oh, I just
you don't want it to be. Yeah, Alt grip.
I can stun it. I'll stun it.
Too late. I didn't trust
we
you.
Both did it.
It's a lack of faith.
Lack of faith both ends by the looks of it, because I stunned it too. Thanks.
I'll interrupt this one. A total lack of faith coming into it. I hope they fix this, though, because whatever the problem is in this room that makes pets not work and makes abilities not work as well, like the enemies are doing things that don't work. I should test it, actually. If we should get Prideful in 2%, I'm going to stand and take the thing, and it shouldn't actually hit me, even though I'm stood directly in front of it because of this. So we'll see if that is the case, but I'm pretty sure it is the case. Oh. Got a gore splatter. That's unfortunate. I'll put down the AMZ. I've got to say, I think DKs do have a bigger raid spot now with AMZ as part of their toolkit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
AMZ
so for sure.
is so big. Oh, one interrupts at 1%. I'm going to die. Oh! Right, here's Prideful now.
Yeah, so just stand in the orbs. Oh, no, these two guys are going to spawn, so... I'll wings this.
Alright, let me try and get hit by this. It's actually... Yeah, it actually just disappears. You can't even try and get hit by it. Which is unfortunate. One thing that sucks, though, is you can no longer grip these guys.
Yeah, you could do that the first couple of times, I'm sure.
Yeah, you could. You could grip these guys together and help the tank out, but now that is gone functionality, which is really quite sad. Fixate. Oh, no! Well, at least he'll get full mana back from this, which is nice. Yeah. Ow! I ran that through the boss. What the hell? Oh, through the ad. I think it was but I'm going to call lag on that. You know what it was? UI scaling. UI scaling fucked me, guys.
Yeah, that was UI scaling for me as well. That's going to be my meme for the expansion now.
UI scaling dicked me. Nothing worse. I hate it when UI scaling gets us. Really bad.
Such a hard mechanic.
Yeah. It is. Going standing behind enemies, can you imagine?
Really difficult. Really difficult.
I could see myself playing an Unholy DK, though, throughout the entire expansion, pretty much.
I can definitely see myself playing a Paladin. I think the other specs as well are like part of the reason that I'm looking at this. Prot is ridiculous fun right now.
So good.
And Holy is like a passable healer, I think. So I wouldn't mind playing it, but it's not like my favourite. So 2 out of 3 really isn't bad when it comes to class selection, I think.
I really need to get a good Covenant on this, though. I mean, Kyrian is funny for what we just did. It's kind of funny for that, but is it fun? No.
Yeah, weird single target dot.
Yeah. Someone tried to explain to me. Obviously, we received a lot of. Well, I should say I received a lot of abuse recently about the Covenant thing. Because I used the Kyrian DK as an example of Garbo, because it's just a single target dot. It's this cooldown here, by the way, guys, that you put up, and it's like a little blue sparkle. And that's it. And I got called out by someone sending me is like, look, I'm a big into my roleplay, and I love the Covenant lock-in system. And I was like, okay. And they were like, you keep talking about Kyrian DKs, but I want you to know that Kyrian DKs fulfill my roleplay wish of being a Spirit Knight. And I was like, what the like, I didn't know what to do with that information, like, at all. I was like, a Spirit Knight? Like, I'd never even considered that. And it makes me somewhat jealous of the guys who are max RP, who can look at something that I consider such trash. Like, you know, an arcane dot or something like that. Oh, I have to kite because we can't interrupt. Oh! My face, by the way.
Yeah, that was close. I realised when I pressed my bop the first time there that it's not mouse over, so that's why it took so long. The yeah, I feel like that sort of stuff doesn't change if the power isn't attached to it, though, right?
It does, because they feel like they've... The idea was, or the point he was trying to make, is that I'm locked in because I'm a spirit DK of the Shadowlands. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, I know, it's hard for us who are not into that level of... that style of gameplay. And it always brings me back to when I was like, okay, I'm going to make a video on roleplay servers, because, you know, what's going on there. And I did, like, a lot of research, and I went to the roleplay servers, and I joined in. This was a couple of years ago. And what I found was just dudes having crazy fun.
Yeah.
Like, in a way I can't have. You know what I mean? In a way I can't possibly have. And I just was like, these guys are, like, just having a great time, just doing what they do. So if you could buy into that, well, I'm a Spirit Death Knight. Like, I've traveled to the Shadowlands and become a Spirit DK. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah, dude. Right on. I can't do it. But I'm not going to judge you at all for wanting to do that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not my thing, so obviously I don't get it, but I'm going to go right.
Okay, buddy.
Good job, Anda.
Yes, UI scale?
Yeah, that was some UI scaling issues if ever I've seen one.
Dude, I've got a wheelchair myself all the way to the end of this fucking pathway.
Oh, I was saving all my CDs in case I got that, and now this is where I CD now, and I get the next one.
The boss is going to be dead by the time we get back, isn't it? You know, a lot of these things where they send you off to do other things, like the duel thing in Theatre of Pain, it's just frustrating. It's not fun, because you come back and, like, the actual boss is done with. We should probably... Is it not dead yet?
Nah. It's close, though.
Oh, Comet Storm just went off. Cool. Oh, shit, I dropped the thing, don't I? Ooh, it's mythic. I totally forgot about it.
It's an interesting part of the fight. Like, once it gets to higher key levels, that's going to be super fun.
Yeah, I agree. We go right?
I think I just die. Oh, no, wait.
Oh, God, Anda ran into me. He's going left. He's not listening to comms, even though he's not in the call.
Yeah, he's not in the call, but he's meant to be
big gargoyle, dude. The 6% gargoyle play. You impressed?
Oh, this is massive. There we go.
Ready for raiding, see?
Actually huge.
You aren't ready for raiding, Jax. Unlock.
Definitely not.
Wow, there you go. Some Paladin, some Ret Paladin, and some Unholy DK action for you there. Maybe that tipped the scales a little bit for you, but as we said in our last TDP, guys, they're changing this stuff every week. Every week. Next week, they may do something dramatic to these specs, and our opinion could change entirely, but we'll do our best to keep you guys informed as much as we can. Thank you, Mr. Finn, for joining us on this little adventure.
Anytime.
And we will see you guys another time. Goodbye.
See you there.